City News is brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. The biggest clean-up of washed-up lakeweed from last week's storms is still underway. One of New Zealand's most respected directors and actors is holding a free filmmaking workshop this weekend. And Kia Magic play the Adelaide Thunderbirds at the Energy Event Centre on Sunday. Council staff and contractors are still hard at work cleaning up after last week's storm, which washed a large amount of lakeweed onto Lake Rotorua shores. Areas affected by the washed-up lakeweed were at the Lakefront Reserve, Ohinimutu, Kawaha Point and Nonotaha. Contractors and Castle Corp staff worked through Easter on the cleanup, which is still continuing. It's the biggest cleanup of lakeweed following stormy weather in about 5 years, and the removal work is expected to take up to another 2 weeks. The priority has been to clear all public boat ramps, the lakefront, Nonotaha Lakefront Reserves, Kawaha Point Reserves and road ends, and Ohinimutu, where the focus has been on the area around St Faith's Church, where Anzac services were held today. The lakeweed is dumped after removal and decomposes naturally. Budding and experienced filmmakers are being given the chance of a lifetime this weekend to learn alongside one of New Zealand's most respected directors and actors. John Callan is running a free 2-day workshop at the Blue Baths as part of the build-up to the inaugural nationwide Creation Fest short film competition being held in July. Organiser Joe Romain says that they're thrilled to have John involved in the event.
Highly respected person in the film industry. He's just finished being involved with Hobbit for the last 3 years as a core cast member, and teaches at Unitec, teaches drama, has done feature films, worked for National Geographic, all kinds of things all over the world, done amazing things. So we're thrilled to have John as the coordinator and head judge.
The workshop is open to anyone who has an interest in film, regardless of experience. Mr. Callan says it's a fantastic opportunity for people to discover and develop their creativity. The workshops will cover the basic procedures of how to create a short film, from the storyline, character and script development to more technical aspects such as sound editing and recording. For more information on the film workshop and to pre-register for the limited places available, or to find out more about the short film competition, visit creationfest.co.nz, or you can call 07 350 2119. The film workshop begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, April 26. Motorists are being reminded to stick to the basics this long weekend following a tragic Easter weekend on the nation's roads. 4 people died in crashes over the Easter weekend, the highest number of road deaths for the period in 3 years. Police will be maintaining a highly visible presence on the roads over the weekend as many people continue to enjoy a 10-day extended Easter and Anzac break. Police will be targeting unsafe behaviours with a particular focus on speed through strict enforcement of the reduced 4 km/h threshold, through which is in place until 6 a.m. on Monday, April 28th. In sport tonight, this weekend we'll see local rugby team Rotorua go head-to-head with Rotorua for a spot in the top 4. Rotorua have some home ground advantage, but head coach Kevin Lee says that they believe it's going to be a tough game, but are looking forward to it. The game is on at 2:45 p.m. on Saturday at Emery Park. And the Kia Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic are set to take on the Adelaide Thunderbirds on Sunday in round 9 of the ANZ Championship. The Magic retained second place on the points table after they were forced to repel a spirited Northern Mystics challenge before posting a 56-50 win in Hamilton on Sunday. This Sunday's game against the Thunderbirds is at the Energy Event Centre, with the Centre Pass due to start at 7:20 p.m. Tickets are available at the Convention Centre. To your weather update now, and the forecast tonight is cloudy with northwesterlies and an overnight low of 12. Tomorrow, Saturday, showers at first, clearing during the morning, becoming fine, light winds, a high of 17 and a low of 6. And Sunday, cloud increasing with the chance of a late shower, northerlies developing, a high of 16 and a low of 7. In the marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Saturday, northerly 10 knots with showers clearing. Remember, for program listings or to catch up on city news, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz, or you can look us up on Facebook. Still to come tonight, Richard Marshall from the Rotorua Musical Theatre tells us about their new production, Hair. We catch up with Kathy Hawker from the Chamber of Commerce, and we're with one of New Zealand's best karting competitors.
Well, here we are at the Casablanca Theatre, which is tucked away on Rere Street. I'm with Richard Marshall, who is the director in charge of putting on a wonderful, very famous show, Hair. Kia ora, Richard.
Kia ora, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. This is actually the first time I've been here, so it's a little hidden treasure.
It is indeed, yes. And more people in Rotorua do need to come on down to Casablanca Theatre and experience the whole atmosphere.
It's amazing, and we were actually driving down the road and we were like, where is this theatre? And it's really, it's quite humble, isn't it, from the outside, but you walk in and then you realise you've just walked into another world.
You have indeed, yes, and you get taken away from life in general, and you come into the whole theatre and the whole atmosphere that's Casablanca.
It is. It's amazing. Now, you've got, as you'll see, there are posters all over the wall, big, what do you call them,
Billboards.
Billboards. Oh,
yes.
There we go. Billboards showing all of the amazing shows that have been on here. Some really famous ones, Greece and Chicago. What are some of the other ones that you've had?
We've had some great shows over the years. Les Miserables, Cats, Miss Saigon. Trying to think back, Pajama Game, South Pacific, Oklahoma, all those oldies, as well as lots of the new ones. And coming up soon, we've got Hair.
Yes. Now, this is a very interesting one. It covers some taboo subjects, doesn't it?
It does, yes. It originally opened on Broadway in 1968, so that was 46 years ago. And the show broke a lot of barriers when it came on stage in the States. It travelled around America, and each city that it went to, it was closed down. There's a lot of history behind the show. It deals with a lot of issues in society that we still deal with today, 46 years later. So it's still as relevant today as it was 46 years ago when it opened. Fantastic music, fantastic singing, fantastic energy. Come along and see it.
Now, I always thought that hair was actually about, a celebration of hair, and maybe I got mixed up with hairspray.
There are some people who actually came along to audition thinking it was Hairspray. That's right, and got through and actually got cast, still thinking the show was Hairspray. And it wasn't until the first rehearsal where they got a bit of a shock. But thankfully they've stayed on, and they're really enjoying it.
So why is it called Hair?
It's that era that it was set in, the 1968, where the hippies all had long hair. That was one of the things that they could do to object to society, grow their hair long. And the guys grew their hair long, and it was all matty, shaggy, and that's really how the title came about.
So is it quite a emotive but inspirational kind of, it's a bit deeper than just watching something for entertainment? It's actually going to
It is indeed. It will take you on that journey, and the cast will take you there with them. It's a very special journey, and the ending is superb, but then it does end in happiness. So definitely come along and see it.
Nice. Yeah. So will they need a tissue box? Maybe? Some tissues?
Yes, I would say for one of the last scenes, definitely bring a box of tissues with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's actually exciting. I'm going to come and watch it.
Fantastic.
I'm going to come and watch it.
Love to see you,
yeah. So I think I might make it a date with some of my girlfriends and come and watch it.
Good idea.
Yeah. So anything else that you'd like to let us know about? You've got, I actually asked if I could audition for something coming up, and he said, well, yes, actually, there is one coming up that you'd be quite good at. What was that?
We've got auditions coming up in September for Mamma Mia. Okay, so the musical based on the songs of ABBA. New Zealand is the only country in the world that have had the rights released for Mamma Mia, and we're one of the 10 societies in New Zealand who have secured the rights. So come along, everybody, and audition for Mamma Mia. For more information, jump on our website, rotoruamusicaltheatre.co.nz, and there's some information there about the auditions.
Now, just a bit of the business that happens with producing theatre. Does it cost a lot of money? Do you have to do a lot of fundraising? Are the actors paid?
Everyone that's involved with the show, from myself all the way through, do it for love. So everyone that's in the band, that's on stage, are all here because they're passionate about theatre. And that's what makes community theatre so special. People are doing it here because they want to. They're not here because they're getting paid to do it as a job. So they're here putting in hundreds of hours each time they do a show for the good of the community. It does cost a lot to produce musicals. The royalties alone for here are around about $6,000 or $7,000 just so that we can produce the show. Then you've got script hireage and score hireage on top of that, and you've got other charges as well. And then you've got the set, costumes and everything. So it does cost us in here generally around about $20,000 to produce a show. We rely heavily on ticket sales as well as funding from local organisations and local sponsorship as well from small businesses and businesses in town.
So all the more reason to come along and be supportive of it.
Definitely,
Wonderful.
definitely.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And for all of that effort and all of the love that you put into producing these kind of shows for Rotorua to enjoy. If you would really like to go to here and you'd like $10 off the cost of the tickets for you and a friend to go, then jump onto our TV Rotorua Facebook page, pop your name in there, and we'll send you out 2 discount vouchers, $5 each, $10 off 2 tickets.
Well, over the last couple of months you may have heard a few things about the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce and a bit of controversy that's going on there. But here at TV Rotorua we like to keep a positive spin on the organisations in our city, and today I'm catching up with Kathy Hawker, the President of the Rotorua Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us today, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Now, obviously, like I just said, there's been some controversy with the Chamber in the media lately, but there's some good news for the Chamber because there's growth, which is important.
There is growth, and we're into the blue sky thinking at the moment, and looking forward. In the next week or so we're looking to step up a little bit more. We're busy with the business awards as well, so that's really positive for us. We're having good attendances at events, so that's really positive for us.
Even the latest BA5 at Orchidee Full Store.
It's fabulous, and even the recent one just the other week at Holiday Inn, we had well over 200. So the events are really well patronised. The members are getting lots of benefits for their buck, basically.
What are some of the concerns that the members have raised with you?
I think mainly the concerns have been mainly based on they weren't sure on how the chamber was made up. Like, they didn't realise there was a board that ran the chamber. They realised that we had a CEO, but there is also background staff to that, and there's also an executive board that are elected. Some are elected each year, some stay on a little bit longer. So we ask for members to step up and to be part of the board as well.
Yeah. How many members are there in the Chamber right now?
We've got 650 members at the moment, and so it's fluctuation up and down on a monthly basis, but that happens. That happens with all the chambers in New Zealand.
One of the other good things that I've heard, Kathy, is that there's been a profit, because the last few years there's been a bit of a deficit.
There has been, and what we've focused on since December is looking at the cash flow. Not worried about the budget at the moment, but we've been focusing on the cash flow, so we're building up on that, and it's looking very positive for the end of the financial year. So it's still looking really positive, so come the AGM we're looking a little bit more healthier.
Now, when you mention cash flow, are you talking about bringing in new sponsors to help fund the Chamber?
Not necessarily on that front. We're just watching what our day-to-day running costs are, basically. So that has been a key thing. So we're just making sure that when sponsorship comes in, that gets parked and we just focus on what's coming in from membership or courses that we run or events that we run. So we are looking for people to step up to the board. We're hoping to have at least 10 minimum on it. So we want people with good ideas, new ideas that can bring them to the board and make the chamber grow even more.
How important is it to the chamber to have that relationship with the council and Destination Rotorua?
Absolutely huge. It's just so important that we keep up that. It actually has improved since October, since we've had a new mayor. However, we've had lots of meetings with Jeff and Stevie over the last few months, so it's really positive. And everybody on the executive has a place when they meet the mayor and Jeff as well. So that's really positive for us.
Now you mentioned the AGM, Kathy. Whenabouts is that?
I'm pretty sure it's July the 25th. We've moved it out because we had that time frame that we could do that. That also hopefully gives us time to put other things in place as well.
Now generally in previous years, are they quite popular with the members?
No, not really. It's not one of those to-do things that people do, but we are trying to, at HBA5, push that a little bit more, that they need to be more involved in what's happening in the chamber, and we're trying to let them know all the things that happen in the chamber.
You think people would want to get along because there's an opportunity to express concerns and, and even give praise?
Absolutely, and that's what we're looking at, and that's one of the reasons why we did the open meeting as well, so that we had people out in the community that were concerned, so we wanted to put that good news stuff across.
Cool. Now before we get out of here, Kathy, are you guys expecting, or have you started the process of electing or hiring a new CEO?
We will be starting that process on the 2nd of May.
So it's not too far away?
No,
Good
it's
stuff,
not.
Kathy, appreciate your time, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, these two young guys behind me could be the next big thing when it comes to New Zealand race car driving. And over the Easter break, Blake Evans and Ethan Anderson took part in the National Sprint Kart Championships, and we're going to find out how they got on. Hey Blake, nice to have you on City News again. Now, just recently you raced at the New Zealand Go-Karting Champs. How'd you get on?
Oh, well, I only finished up second.
Only finished up? That's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good results. Considering that about a month or two ago I ended up over the fence, so in an ambulance.
Really?
So that wasn't very nice.
No injuries?
Oh, just a bit of bad bruising, but that's about it.
So it didn't dampen your spirits, so you still were full of confidence to get out there and race?
It did for a while, but it was fairly easy to gain back again.
Yeah. Now that you came second at the New Zealand Champs, what does that mean overall?
It means that I'm the second best or highest ranked in New Zealand for my age and my level.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. How old are you?
10.
Now, when you say category, what sort of age group is it?
It is 7 to 12, but next year they're changing the rules and it will be 6 to 11. So, yeah.
So if you're 10, you're racing against people that were older than you and you beat them?
Yes, I'm racing against people that are older than me and I did beat them.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Did you win a big trophy or anything?
Yeah, won a big trophy. It was fairly heavy, so I'm a bit happy with that.
What was Mum and Dad's reaction when you came second?
They were amazed. They were really happy.
Yeah.
They couldn't be more stoked.
So that's got to be a pretty good Easter break present for you to come second in New Zealand?
Yeah, it was. It was amazing.
Yes. What about this year? Have you got any more races happening?
Oh, we have the National Schools Championship, which is kind of the same level. It's the same kind of level as Nationals. And then we've got the North Island Championships, which is in Rotorua actually this year, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, what's that going to be like for you now to be able to race at home?
That'll be great because I know the track really well. I'm very fast at the track and yeah, looking forward to it.
Cool. So looking into the big picture, Blake, and where do you want to go with your racing?
Still want to end up in Formula One because that would just be a great, amazing experience.
Yeah. Who's your idol?
I don't know, I have a lot of idols.
Well, who's your favourite race car driver then?
Maybe Nico Rosberg.
Yeah. Who's he race for?
He races for Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. Now they're top of the table in Formula One, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. No one can beat them.
And Nico's leading, so that's good.
So does Mum let you stay up late and watch the Formula One?
It depends what events. I watch China, I watch Malaysia, and I watch Australia just because they're not as late as the other races in America and stuff like that. So yeah, I've watched a few of them.
Well, it's cool coming out to see you again, Blake, because we've been following you for the last couple of years now and watched your progress coming up through the ranks and now second best in New Zealand. So we wish you the best of luck, and we're going to catch up with Ethan now.
Okay, thank you.
Hi Ethan, good to have you with us on City News today. Now you're at the same sprint champs as Blake. How did you get on?
Well, I finished up second like Blake did, and yeah, sort of a good result for us.
That's pretty exciting, eh? Yeah. Now obviously you're a little bit bigger than Blake, so you're in a different category?
Yeah, I'm in 125cc junior Rotax class, which was a new class at the national champs this year, so yeah, it was good to be the first to get to NZ.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. You guys are awesome. Is it because you're from Rotorua, do you think?
Yeah, well, we sort of had the advantage of a good tracking facility up there, and we're always allowed to be on there, and we got regular meetings, so we got quite a good advantage.
How long have you been racing, Ethan?
I've been racing 7 years, since I was 8 or 9, back when I was in the same class as Blake.
Yeah. Do you ever get to race against Blake?
Nah, because we're in separate classes and they don't. Kart sport doesn't seem to like the mixing of classes thing, the speed difference. And
so have you got any other big meets this year?
Well, I got a championship which is going over 6 rounds, and it sort of goes all across the North Island, and the winner goes to the World Finals in Spain.
Wow, imagine winning that. You'd be pretty excited to go to Spain.
Yeah, well, I hope to go, but see what happens. And
yeah, what do you think your chances are?
They're pretty high. I just got to keep focused and concentrate on my fitness and all that sort of stuff.
Now here at Blake's house, his mum and dad said to him, you know, you got to do good at school to be able to race. Does your mum and dad have the same sort of rules for you?
Yeah, I got to do my homework and get it all finished before I'm allowed to go out to the track and practice. So yeah.
Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, got to have something to fall back on if I fail at motor racing, but.
No, I think you do pretty well, especially if you came second in your age group, and having a goal like Spain, that's a pretty big goal to go for.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but I think we can do it, so I'll just...
So do you have a favourite race car driver at all?
Yeah, my favourite race car driver is Scott McLaughlin in the V8 Supercars.
Yeah, do you give it as much jandle as what he does?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, every now and then I forget them, so I don't quite get to give it as much as he did, but...
Good stuff. Right, Ethan, we'll wish you all the best of luck, and hope you guys do well this year, especially with that trip to Spain, so good luck, mate.
Thank you.
That was Alan Solomon talking with some local karting competitors. If you'd like to watch the show again, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz, or to call the station and talk with one of the team, ring 07 3488 984. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable long weekend. See you again next week. For Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News was brought to you by East Brewster Lawyers Rotorua, celebrating 100 years of legal excellence and innovation.